To recap this last game that we just watched, the Aces versus the Storm, 75-70. It was a very close one there at the end, very stressful. Very stressful to watch the entire game. The amount of turnovers that they had in the first quarter, they had 8. Seattle, so frustrating. Because a lot of them were just unnecessary, unforced by the Aces, just by their own doing. And yeah, I think a lot of it, they just shot themselves in the foot most of the game, but they did have good runs. They went on an 8-0 run there at the end of the third and was able to get close. I think the closest they were in was 4. They were down by 4, but then Aces were able to bring the lead back out there. But overall, the Seattle Storm have to take care of the ball. Turnovers, I keep repeating myself. That's just the main theme for them, was that, and not being able to get to their offense and run the things. I think the Aces did make it difficult for NECA and their post players like Ezzy, which had a very low scoring night. I think just their presence being in the paint limited their looks for them. So a lot of their stuff was run through the outside. I think the bright side in this game was Gabby Williams, her aggressiveness, her ability to attack and shoot the long 3 there to help lift them up, especially early, because they were down early on. And also, I feel like Erica Wheeler, her presence on defense there in the last quarter helped them on their run to get closer. She had the block with the good pass to Dom, cutting to the basket, and hitting a big 3 down at the end was crucial. But just overall, not very good movement on offense, throwing the ball away. They were forcing turnovers. It was just they forced a turnover, then they would turn it over themselves. So it was just like a negative thing all around. But looking at their stats, Alicia Gray with 5, Agumake with 9, Ezzy with 7, Gabby Williams with 20. She shot 4 of 8 from 3, which is really good. Really locked down. Did a good job on Young. I feel like, Young coming off of that big game against the Sparks with 26, where I felt like she was shooting every other possession. She didn't really have that many looks. It was in double figures though, but I feel like it was limited there. Had Skylar Diggins with 11. Those 6 turnovers though, those were big 6 turnovers. For her, most of them I feel like were unforced. She's a lot of times getting caught in the air and just throwing it away. You can't have that, especially in them times where they're down. They definitely have to take care of the ball. Dominique had 8 points. I think she did good down the stretch guarding. I mean, she had that one possession against Chelsea Gray where she's locking it down, but it was just better offense. Like, she stayed with her really well, but just a better shot by Gray there at the end. And I mean, I feel like the shot at the end wasn't a bad shot, but when you need a 3, I think if she had a little bit more time, she could have saw that Wheeler was right there, wide open on her left, and maybe she could have got a pass off there. But I'm not mad at the shot, just not the best shot, I think. And obviously, I think the play that they wanted to run kind of got broken up there. But but I think she did a good job, and I feel like she'll only get better as the season goes on. And Wheeler had 8 points, like I said, good energy, especially when she started to score. Her defense was really good. And then Yuru with 2 points. I feel like they should look. I know Cook got into the game. I think they should also look to put Brown in there as well, because she is a shooter. I think everybody in the league knows that. She is a really good shooter, and I think having her on the court would also spread out the defense more, because you want to be able to contest her shot out there. So that will bring more spacing within the lane in the paint for the other guards to drive. So just having her out there, her presence, I think, could be an addition to how they're able to score. But just the main thing for Seattle is stop throwing the ball away. Like, please stop throwing the ball away. And going on to the Aces, I don't feel like this was, compared to their last game, they didn't play as good. I feel like the energy wasn't there. I feel like it was a quiet night for the main, your main starters. But they got the job. They got the job done. I think they're very similar in turning the ball over a lot too early on. A lot of it their own doing, trying to force it, the passes, overthrowing teammates like that. But they're just lucky that Seattle wasn't really doing as much on the offensive end. I do like what they were able to get off the bench with Aaliyah Nye and Dana Evans. I think they did really good. Trying to build up that lead for them, making good plays, being aggressive. And I think they just have better movement there and down the ends. And they made smarter decisions, smarter plays, going to Wilson there. She started knocking down her shots more consistently at the end for them, which is what they needed to kind of secure that lead at the end. But I still feel like all around it was a very quiet game for most, and I don't feel like the energy was necessarily there, but they did fight to keep that lead towards the end there. But the stats for the Aces, Jackie Young had 12. Like I said, I think she got locked down a little bit by Gabby Williams, but still was able to get 12. Wilson had a slow start, but made some tough shots at the end, hitting threes, hitting her elbow jumper. Still, she had 3 assists. She had 19 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. So good stat line overall. But yeah, just a quiet night. Kia Stokes had 2 points. Juloy with 10, shooting 2 of 4 from 3. Chelsea Gray had 10. Quiet night. She hit that tough shot over Dominique. She had a great behind the back pass to Jackie Young. So just making some clutch plays there at the end. Aaliyah Nye coming off of the bench with 10 points. Hitting some threes, getting fouled on some threes, and got to see, she can drive, very aggressive to the lane, and was able to get to the line. And also with Dana Evans, she had 9, aggressive. I think you saw her confidence kind of grow there, hitting shots and attacking more, which was good. And Tiffany Mitchell with 3 points. So good game for the Aces, good win. They won 2 in a row here, so that's good. Coming off, the loss there. But overall, this is a good game to watch. stressful game to watch, but definitely a good game. And let's see what their next game is. So Seattle's next game, they play Dallas on Tuesday. So, and this is also part of the Commissioner's Cup. So Aces have their first win in the Commissioners, and Seattle got their first loss. So they play Dallas on Tuesday, and the Aces next game, it looks like it's on Friday against the Valkyries, or Saturday. Yeah, it's on Saturday against the Valkyries. Let's see if they get their second win in the Commissioner's Cup. But great game.